What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of my Ala Mobile 2026 career mode, and we're here for the Barcelona Grand Prix in Spain. And as we have already started our Q1 run, coming down to turn 3, overtaking an Aston Martin, and ahead of us that's a Haas, I guess. On the inside we go, and we managed to overtake them both, and rounding up the lap. On the start finish line we go. Where will we end up? It's provisional pole position. Now let's check out the results. In the end I got squeezed down to P3 with half a second gap to P1, but as it's still Q1 it doesn't make a that big matter. So let's get into Q2 now. Down to turn 1 we go, and again an Aston Martin is slow on the inside of turn 1 and blocked me and squeezed me off track, and I have to abort my lap and have another go. Into turn 1 we go for another time, a second time, this time without traffic, and I'll leave you till the end of the lap. Round the final corner we go, onto the start finish straight, the ear is wide open and the ear is set to overtake. Down to the line we go, and we end up on provisional pole position. As I thought my car was good this weekend, I decided to not participate Q3, so here are the results, and now let's jump into the race. 5 red lights go on and off we go for the Barcelona Grand Prix. We get a great start, not so good reaction time, but the second starting phase was great, so we made up several positions, and down the inside we make even further positions, and we're up to P6 already. The Ferrari and the McLaren get through, but we are now up to P6. We were up to P4. The Aston backed off as we closed the door rapidly into turn 3, and now down to the hairpin we go. We run wide a bit into the hairpin as we are not used to the mediums yet, as I didn't use them in the qualifying. And on the exit we lose a bit more time as we can't get our power down onto the track, but in the next corners we make up ground. But through this corner we run wide as our medium tires really don't offer us much grip. Into the hairpin we go, a break very late. Down the inside we make a move on Oscar Piastri, and we're up to P5. Next up ahead is Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, and then we've got Isaac Hadjar in the Red Bull. Into the next sequence of corners we go that don't exist anymore nowadays. Through the chicane we go, onto the exit. We get a better exit than the Ferrari man, and we directly overtake him, so we're up to P4 now. Now with the overtake enabled, we are closing and closing and closing. Down the inside we go. Have we got enough top speed to overtake Isaac Hadjar? He brakes later than me, but I squeeze him off track a little bit so we can overtake him. And with this move we're up to P3. Next up ahead we've got Andrea Kimi Antonelli and Lewis Hamilton. But into this corner we go, we run wide a bit, and Isaac Hadjar uses it and to re-overtake me. The Red Bull pilot is up to P3 again, and we are down back to P4. Into the chicane we go. Can we make up a move on the Frenchman? Side by side we go into this fast right-hander. We squeeze him far off track, but we can manage to overtake him or not, as he has got a better exit. Into the hairpin we go. Who brakes later? It's him, and I can't get my car rotated. Into the third sector we go, where we get a great exit through this corner, and side by side into this sequence of corners we go once again. He had a little look on the inside, and a lap later we caught up to Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Side by side we go with the Mercedes pilot, and he backs off as we come to the start finish straight, and we make it up to P2 now. Next up ahead is Lewis Hamilton, the one and only driver left who denies me still from P1. And another lap later we caught up to the Ferrari driver. Onto the start finish straight we go. We get a great exit through the final corner, but our top speed isn't that much better, but surprisingly it's better than the AI ones, even though I didn't really use my battery. Through the first corner, and I overtake the Ferrari man, and we are up to P1. But the 7-time world champion re-overtakes me as I make a mistake into the next corner. And through the next few corners he even gets away a bit from me. But half a lap later I caught up again to him. And with the DRS I'm hoping that I can overtake him. But his top speed is pretty strong and I can't really close up on the main straight. So I'll have to wait for another lap. No, I don't. Side by side we go into turn 2. I try this switchback move, but he denies me from it. We're now on the second DRS straight. Down to the hairpin we go, and he makes a late move. And I tried to dive bomb on the inside, but he decided in the last moment to cover it off, so I couldn't make the move. Into these corners we go now. He really holds me up. But onto this final corner, onto the start finish straight we go. This time we are way closer, and now with the DRS and a bit of ERS and also a bit of slipstream, we're closing and closing and closing, further closing. Down the inside we go, we make a huge lunge down the inside, and we're up to P1, and this was it. We finally make the move, and we're up in the lead after starting from P10. Into the next corner we defend the inside line a bit as he had a little look on the inside, and I can defend it successfully, so we can maintain our position. And a few laps later we're now in lap 11. We are attempting on another fast lap, but I over pushed it a bit through this corner, and I get caught on the car and somehow managed to spin around the car. I don't know how it happened, but it happened as it happened. And we make contact with the wall and turn our car completely around. Unfortunately our lap time gets deleted, but that's the smallest problem I've got in this situation. Another 10 laps later our tires really don't look good anymore, so we'll have to pit in the end of this lap, as I have already dragged these tires over 20 laps. So I guess this is a good time to make the pit stop, as there's already a lap car trying to unlap itself. This means we're really slow now. Into the pit lane we go, changing to the soft tires, and then we'll head out for another stint. Here we go, change to the soft tires, and onto the track we go again. We'll have enough gap to maintain our lead in front of Lewis Hamilton. In this stint, unfortunately, let's say it like that, nothing happened, and in the end of the stint I caught up another time to the Williams. But in the penultimate corner I nearly spun away as the curb caught me, and that's it what happened in this stint. And I decided to come in to make another pit stop, and this time on another set of soft tires. After this pit stop it was very close with Lewis Hamilton, as he overtook me as I come out of the pit exit. And so we have got another small little battle before the end of the race. We close up a bit on him, but then he gets away again. Onto this straight, down to the next corner we go, where Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg crashed 10 years ago, if you remember. But this time no one crashes and no one makes contact, but I run way a bit through the next corner, and he uses it to get further away from me. But through the next corner I catch up a bit to him again. Into this fast right-hander we go. We've got the DRS now enabled. Side by side I nearly make contact with his rear. Down the inside we go. He again makes this late move to close the corner, but it was nearly too late and I nearly rear-ended him. Somehow I managed to stop my car on time, but now he makes space for me somehow. It feels like that. And so I'm up to P1 and I'm in the lead again, just a lap after my second pit stop will bring it home also like this. In the end, the gap to Lewis Hamilton was nearly 10 seconds, around 9 to 8 seconds. So this means I had a great third stint on the soft tires and I managed to book in a fast lap around 1 minute and 12 seconds. So, and in the end nothing happened anymore. Through the final few corners we go with a purple middle sector also in the final lap. Through the final corner onto the start finish straight, and for the first time of the season we'll win a race, and this time it's in Spain. What a great performance, the closest it has ever been. And here we get to see the podium. With me on the podium there are Lewis Hamilton and Andrea Kimi Antonelli. And here is how the race went. I won. Then we've got Lewis Hamilton, Antonelli, Leclerc, Hadjar, Russell, Alonso, Piastri, Norris and Gasly rounds up the top 10. And then here's how the rest of the results looked like. And now let's check out the Drivers' Championship standings. I further build a gap to Antonelli, who is now in P2. And in the Constructors' Championship standings, it's still close between us, Ferrari and Mercedes.